Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. My name is Lucas, and today we're going to be talking about programmatic SEO. And specifically, I'm going to be showing you how to use AI to set that up for your own website. And basically what programmatic SEO is it's a strategy that uses automation and data based on different keywords, right, that, revolve around your brand to automatically push a large amount of content in your website. This is basically a great strategy to increase traffic in your website and to actually get leads, to get emails from different users, to sell things to users, to get users to start using your app. And in this case, we're going to be doing something that helps users learn languages for traveling, right? So for travel. And so it's going to be different types of languages. Let's put German, or let's start with English, Spanish. Let's go Portuguese, German. Let's do something else like French. Let's do Chinese, Mandarin, Japanese. And let's just choose like something like Italian, right? So I put a few more other languages there, but basically what we need to do is we need to, we want to teach, this app is basically to help people learn how to, say hello, say, hello, thank you, thanks, where is the bathroom, can you take me here, and so on and so forth, right? It's basically to teach people using these different languages, to tell them, to teach them how to use these basic things that basically, travelers would need inside of the airport, inside of their hotel, when trying to meet new people. So basically these different types of categories, right? So it basically teaches people how to, learn these languages in these different situations, right? Now, your call to action will, for sure be this app, right? You would want people to actually, subscribe to your app, and basically inside of this app, you're gonna get like some type of information on how to learn this. Like that's up to you. But basically, in order to drive people to use this app, you can use programmatic SEO, combining these two topics, like these languages and these different situations, to create blog posts to actually drive people to come to your app. So basically what we can do is we can set up a spreadsheet, right? Let's call this one, for example, like travel app subjects. And what we can do is we can leverage AI by first starting off with ChatGPT to kind of combine these languages and situations into different types of titles that we can use. So what we can do is we can just download this as a CSV, right? So we can, for example, create 20 different titles based on the content of the spreadsheet that are like important language terms to use at a situation, or language phrases to learn at a situation. So we can go ahead and click on submit. So for example, it generates important Spanish terms to use at a gas station, Portuguese phrases to learn in the hotel, German phrases to use at a beach. So yeah, interesting stuff. And what we can do is we can just export that. And now what we need to do is basically just create a bunch of content based on these different titles. And of course, we can continue using something like ChatGPT or something like Claude, right? But that's going to take a long time to kind of generate the content. The content is also going to sound pretty AI. And we also have to integrate the internal links, external links, add different types of images. It's gonna be a pain in the butt to do this all with one AI chat tool like this. But in this case, we're gonna be using this tool called Arval, right? Which is a tool that you can get started for free with. Actually, you can use, or you can generate 3 free articles with this. And basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a workspace. We're gonna call this language app, click on create. And now we have our new workspace where we can generate new SEO articles, and we can go ahead and import these different titles, right? We can do 1 column for keyword or 2 columns for keyword and title. So we basically downloaded the language titles CSV from ChatGPT. And now what we can do is go back to Arval and import this Excel sheet or CSV. And let's open that. It says 21 keywords important. Let's add these keywords. And basically we see 20 different titles that we can use for our page, right? So we can go ahead and just check out this one, useful French terms at a train station. And if we click on this pen tool over here, we can open that up. We can click to generate a title based on this. So train talk, handy French phrases for your next journey. And we can generate a few keywords based on this. So French travel vocabulary, train station phrases in French, essential French expressions for travelers, commonly used French terms for trains, French language tips for train journeys. And then we can also use AI to generate the outline of the actual blog post. So we can click on that. And after just a few seconds, we get a nice outline of introduction to essential vocabulary for train stations, common French terms for tickets, key phrases for asking directions, navigating the train station, understanding train schedules in French, finding your platform, useful expressions. I mean, there's a bunch of different things, right? Then we can target this to, for example, people in the United States that want to learn French, that are gonna go to France, are gonna be using trains in France. Let's say we can give it a specific tone of voice. We can keep it funny, informal, academic, or neutral. Right? We can make the point of view something like first person singular. It might be a little bit more personal to do something like this. And formality, we can keep it something like informal. This is just based on your brand's language, right? We can go to knowledge and we can connect a specific knowledge base. And basically what this means is that you might have a website or different types of websites that you would want to add to a specific knowledge base, and the SEO and the blog articles would be generated based on this specific knowledge base. In this case, we're just going to click on connect to web. And formatting, we have different bold, text, italics, tables, quotes, and whatnot. Structure, we can add a specific call to action, right? So for example, just in this case, we can use, Duolingo's get started page as a call to action. So I'm just going to go over here and paste that. We can keep the article size medium, right? And have key takeaways, conclusion, FAQs, which is also very essential for strong SEO. And internal linking, let's make this, to the max. And we can also add a sitemap, right? So for example, we can go ahead and copy Duolingo's. Let's just, pretend that Duolingo is our website, and make sure to add this at the very end, sitemap.xml. And then we can filter some stuff or exclude things. So for example, we can exclude like certain pages, like certain language pages maybe, or certain career pages or research pages, and include only blog pages, right, from different blog posts. And we can also add our custom external links if we want to, include some type of website that we want to talk about. Let's say like apple.com, we can add it over here as well. In this case, it's not so necessary, but it's something that you could eventually do as well. For images, you can generate images with AI. You can also have stock images or custom images if you have a specific folder and you upload it into Arval. In this case, let's just use AI images because I want to see how that looks like. And for example, we can go ahead and style these images to look like in a specific way, like photographic or anime style or illustrative. You can, for example, put like watercolor style. Why not? Save these changes, go to videos, and then this is like the final part of it. But basically automate YouTube videos so the AI can find relevant YouTube videos based on this blog post. So let's just click on that. And you can obviously, include YouTube videos that you have that you want to include in this blog post. So with that being said, let's click on Save Changes. And then since we have that one done, we can go ahead and generate this article. And then once it's done, I mean, the first things that you kind of notice are the watercolor images, which are incredibly great, right? So it basically has a nice title, right? It has this introduction text. And again, this is all generated with AI. So if you don't like certain things, what you can do is you can rewrite different sections. You can simplify them. You can rewrite them yourself. You can make them longer. You can make them shorter. You can turn them into a list. You can add different keywords. You can ask AI certain things about a certain piece of text, and you can add different types of external links, right? So it creates key takeaways as well. Again, the introduction to French train travel. So you can, so you're thinking about taking a train in France. Awesome. I've done it a bunch of times. And honestly, it's one of my favorite ways to see the country. You can start seeing that it has this first person point of view, and it's a little bit informal. So I'm going to walk you through some essential French expressions for travelers to make your trip smoother, right? As you can start seeing, there's some links over here. We can open these in a new tab to kind of see where they're coming from. This one seems to be some type of external link. Also has different types of internal links that go to Duolingo, for example, because that's what we added. But it also has these different use cases, right? So essential vocabulary for train stations, common French terms for tickets, ticket, billet, the train ticket, first class, second class. Then we have different tables that kind of help you, learn certain things. And then basically we also have some different YouTube videos over here. This one, top 10 phrases to survive at the station, right? Again, this AI kind of got this scraped through YouTube and found this perfect video for us for our blog post. And once you're happy with these different blog articles that you generate, what you can basically do is just generate all of these articles, and once you're done generating them, auto publish them to your blog. So for example, we have our inputs, and then once they're all generated, they would be over here. And basically what you'd have to do is go to configuration and enable this auto blog feature over here. And basically under integration, you can, for example, choose WordPress, you can choose Webflow, you can choose any other types of Shopify, you can choose as well. You can also choose your different types of social medias that you can also, link to these social media platforms like X or like LinkedIn. And basically what I forgot to show you is that whenever you want to create a new campaign like this, you can just put the campaign name and click on enable auto blog, and then you get these different settings. So there's full automation mode, which everything on autopilot, automate inputs, content generation, and publishing seamlessly. I would, for example, choose one of these two. The plan one being a little bit more planned. You can kind of see in a calendar view how this looks like, and then basically publish all of that content to your website. So yeah, and I also generated another one, essential Spanish terms to use at a gas station for travelers, right? Gives us some nice words here and there. Again, it would be nice, you can edit this, you can add external links if you wanted to. You could, for example, at the end, add a call to action and, do that auto blog publish to your website, and boom, eventually after a few weeks, you're going to be having a massive amount of different blog posts on your website. And that's basically programmatic SEO in a nutshell. Just important to, pick your keyword and that your blog posts, take the user to your product at the end of the day, right? So yeah, let me know if you like this video. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you liked it, and if you want to, view more content like this. And yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful day today. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.